What's up, family? So, let me just discuss today about, my thoughts on the beta and a little bit about the class I'm currently playing, which is a Berserker. I'm at like 540 gear score. Haven't really been playing as much the last few days and back on my Russian account. But so far, man, the progress is decent. The beta didn't have any major hiccups. I think the biggest thing was, the PvP bug for lower level players, which they eventually fixed, I think about 2 days. So a lot of people to come back and play if they wanted to. Um, do my chaos dungeon for now. But one of my only concerns was, they had the updated island rewards and catch mechanics where you got a lot of materials and upgrade mats from doing these islands. And like I said, I was able to get 540 on the second day. So I'm sure if I had continued to play at the rate that I was playing, I probably could be like, I don't know, maybe 600 or something like that. And issue with that is that since it's tier one, you can only go up to so much. You only can reach a certain gear score where it's like you're kind of capped out. And if players reach that very quickly, it leaves a lack of content to do at the late game. So kind of what I'm thinking is, if they're going to keep, the same system, is that they plan to either release tier 2 at the same time, or they'll be attempting to, update it very quickly within like a couple weeks. That's the only way that I feel like it makes sense to, have the game the way it is in the beta at least. And if not, it'll probably throw, players off, at least in the beginning, because they kind of spoil you. You had the whole cash shop, bundles where you get the free Bezo bucks, which I'm just joking, guys, if you aren't. They gave you about 40,000 crystals, which is, the currency you can buy. You can actually transfer them into blue crystals, and then you're able to, buy upgrade mats with the blue crystals. And this restocked every couple hours, so you basically, can use all your points to upgrade your character faster. Which, unless you plan on spending real money in the actual game, you probably wouldn't do early on, because a lot of these aren't actually good deals. But since they were free, people use them. And you can, for anybody who's wondering about the, is this game pay to win or etc. etc. No, you can, like I said, you can pretty much. Let me show you this real quick. Well, I guess you can't do it in the beta, but you can trade in-game currency, which is gold, into blue crystals, and you'll be able to get this stuff too. So it's just a matter of, how much you play and how much effort you want to put into getting these things in cash out. You can get these things perfectly fine without having to spend real money. So now that's that. But yeah, so I think the beta overall was a success. It was a closed beta. I'm pretty sure if they do open beta, I'm sure there'll be even more people. And has a good crowd and good fan base so far. I am hoping they release, more content. And hopefully when we get that roadmap, we'll be able to see exactly what they have planned for, the progression in the game, at least for the MA that you use. I think it would be good if they allow people to boost a character after they get to 50. So it gave people at least the opportunity to see two classes. Because I still see people asking, they're trying to figure out what's the strongest class, what's the most OP class, and it's just like, I don't want people to be misinformed because where's my boss with that type of stuff, guys? But it's not really possible for people to really answer that question with, in good faith, because the game is always constantly changing. Like for instance, if you ask somebody who plays in KR, about class balance, they might answer your question in regards to, their current packs and what the game is like for them. Which that wouldn't be like that for you. We're getting the game in tier 1. We're gonna have some of the class engravings they might have, or some of the level of engravings they might have. We're gonna have some of the gems and tripods that they have, and so those things can drastically change if a playstyle is viable or not for a certain class. So when you're asking these questions, what's the strongest, stuff like that, you need to be mindful of that. And I always tell people, man, it's best to just pick, what you enjoy, what resonates with you. Because classes in this game, it's an MMO. They get buffed and nerfed. They make slight changes to engravings and gems, and it might allow certain things to become viable. When the gear set comes out, it changes the play. Like, there's so many different factors into what's strong. Some classes are even stronger there into certain bosses than others. So the answer to that question isn't as straightforward as some people might think it is. And I think one of the cool things about the game is that I think most of the classes, if not all of the classes, are probably just generally fun. So the game incentivizes you to create alternate characters and allows you to get more materials and just to run content more. And it gives you the opportunity to run that content on a different class. It might not be as high item level as your main, but it can run content, and over time you slowly upgrade your alternate characters, because when the new tier list comes out, you no longer need to funnel those mats to your main, so your favorite alt can get those mats and go to the next tier list now. You still can get the gold and stuff like that. So if you guys want more videos or questions about how that system works, I can also do those. I think it's a pretty cool system that allows you to kind of play the game more and have more options. And I know I didn't talk about the Berserker class a lot when I was doing this dungeon, but hope you got to see a little taste of the class. And this is the Berserker state, which is the Berserkers, kind of identity. You go into this state where you just feel like a monster. You just go around, this attack speed is increased, and all your skills and damage is increased, and you just, as you can see right here, 20% movement speed, etc., etc. So it's pretty nice. But even with this class right now, like I said, it's tier 1. I don't even have some of the class engravings that they have in Korea that change, the playstyle of this class. And so, yeah, I just wanted to be mindful of that. Overall, beta was nice. And I had to be mindful that I've played the Russian version in Korea to some extent. So I have a different viewpoint than a new player. And so for a new player, I think the beta was definitely great, especially as introductory. um, as far as the in-game content, I don't think a lot of people reach in-game necessarily. Like if you look, a lot of people still don't understand, how the party finder, and they'll do something like matchmaking, for instance, but they won't look at this and create lobbies and stuff yet. So it'd be interesting to see what the climate and what the community decides to operate. Um, how they decide to operate the game, because each region is a little different. And so, yeah, I'm gonna make a quick video, showcase a little bit about Berserker class and why you shouldn't be so concerned about what's the strongest class, etc., because that's all subjective, right? Different people will have different opinions on what's the best and what's not. And it'll always be subject to change based off the balance patches, based off of character, based off of your personal skill level as well. What might be strong in my hands might not be strong in yours. And it's as simple as that. And yeah, any questions, let me know. Check me out on Twitch, and I'll leave the description and I'll leave the uh, Twitch information in the description if you want to check that out. I stream, I do some PvP. I'll mostly probably be on Russia by the time you see this. Um, but I also go over, some of the chaos dungeons for different classes and what that looks like in the play style. Berserker is um slow but deadly. I won't even say it's not even super slow. It's like medium speed as far as characters. You still have things like Gun Lancer and more stuff like that. So yeah, it's a interesting class. Definitely fun, and the aesthetics of it are pleasing. We don't have a lot of skins here in the beta, but you can already kind of tell there's a lot of potential with this class. So yep. So guys, see you guys later.